Chuck Mambo surprised many by putting away Noir in the opening match tonight. Noir attacked Chuck Mambo after the bell. So the question here from Mambo's perspective,
making his way to the ring, representing Sunshine Machine, Chuck Mambo!
The question from Chuck Mambo's perspective is how much has he been able to recover? He was the first match, so he has had the most rest time, but arguably the most beaten up of our four winners. What a first round match Dan Moloney had. Tate Mayfair was his opponent and
making his way to the ring.
Contest.
The British Wrestling Machine, Driller Dan Moloney!
A lot of people saying Dan Moloney could be our first world champion. Moloney seems to thrive under pressure. And they do not come with much more pressure than this match.
Welcome to the show!
Very, very controversial how Charles Crowley made his way to the final. We know that Crowley was in a very even contest with Joe Lando, and then that unwarranted, unexpected interference from Murdoch Miller was enough for Crowley to lock Lando in the Weasel's clutch submission and punch his ticket through to this championship match.
So nice, he had to do it twice. Very gracious of Charles Crowley to treat us to a second rendition of his very enjoyable entrance. And here comes, I know we've had a wildcard entrant, Dave, in Joe Lando, but this
making his
is
way
a
to the
real
ring,
wildcard.
fighting out of the hills of Malvern, Mark the Hatchet Haskins!
Mark Haskins, the final part of this four-piece puzzle. And remember, until 2 or 3 days ago, Haskins wasn't even meant to be in this tournament. A last-minute addition. And now, the smart money, I think, is on Mark Haskins, quite possibly walking out of here as the Riot Cabaret World Champion. It is one fall to a finish in this four-way match for the championship of the world.
Haskins is in the back door here and take the Riot Cabaret Championship. That's something that could happen. Chuck Mambo, he's nursing a shoulder injury as well. Can't forget the attack from Noir after their contest.
Look at this. None of those four men coming charging out of the blocks at the opening bell. You want to be cautious. You want to make sure you don't ruin your chances early on. And Of course, all four of these men have wrestled already tonight as well, so they do have to pace themselves. But at some point, this is going to just ratchet up a few more gears, and it's going to be who has got the better conditioning, who has got the most desire. That could be the difference in this world title match.
And Charles Crowley doesn't seem to have won any friends in this match, and
Crowley's left the ring after realizing that he doesn't have a lot of friends inside the ring, but then to be honest, he doesn't have a lot of friends outside it either.
Probably smart to get one extra danger out of the ring. Now there's just two other competitors to concentrate on rather than three for the other competitors in the contest.
Well, it's a great point, Sean, as well, because this isn't a singles match. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head. Remember, it is one fall to a finish, but that means if you try and pin one of your opponents, the other two will do everything they can to break it up. So you've got to, as you say, neutralize two of your three opponents before you try and defeat the third.
Yeah, absolutely 100%, Dave. It's a good shout. And the thing is, they're all concentrating on Crowley, but, Mambo, Moloney and Haskins need to keep an eye on the others as well.
I'm not fluent in sign language, but I think the message there was pretty clear to Charles Crowley.
I think it was.
So Crowley starting on the outside. We're going to have Haskins, Mambo and Moloney. A three-way tussle to begin this four-way match. Arm drag by Haskins, the sweep of the leg though by Mambo, who goes for an early cover. Senton splash, but nobody home for Dan Moloney. All three men try and drop kick. They all have the same idea at the same time. And in the end, a three-way stalemate. Here comes Crowley. Now Crowley going to try and claim the upper hand while everyone was distracted. But that might have been one of the poorer ideas that Charles Crowley's ever had. Hang on, there's a roll-up by Mambo. Haskins breaks it up. He's got a sunset flip. Moloney's going to break that up. Here's a crucifix pin from Dan Moloney, and that's a 2 count. Haskins sent to the outside. Moloney doing exactly what we said, trying to get two of his opponents out of there. Focusing now on Chuck Mambo.
Mambo experiencing the granite pecs of Dan Moloney with that chop. Something that Tate Mayford's discovered earlier on in the night. Here comes Mark Haskins now.
With that soldier shoulder roll from Mark Haskins, then going for the cover on Moloney, got a 2 count. Remember, it's only one fall, not elimination match here, so every one of these pinfalls could be the one that crowns a world champion. Haskins, I think, knows that Moloney is a real threat. He's trying to uppercut him into oblivion in that corner, but now he's got to deal with Chuck Mambo as well. It's absolutely relentless when you've got three opponents on the go at the same time, and now here's Crowley. Charles Crowley gonna scoop up Haskins, who lands behind him. And a vicious shot from Haskins that sent Crowley back to the outside. Oh.
I'm sure TK Cooper, who's faced Haskins earlier on the night, would have smartened Mambo up on. Oh, and it's a nice flip by Mambo. Oh!
Mambo sends Moloney into Haskins.
I don't think Moloney can believe what he's seen there.
Mambo multitasking in this four-way main event.
Mambo just using his other opponents, his weapons against the other here.
Mambo diving onto Haskins and into half of the front row as well. Here comes Mambo off the top. The double knees takes down Moloney. Mambo hooks both legs and Haskins stops Chuck Mambo from becoming the world champion.
Straight into that shoulder as well, the shoulder that was injured in the match against Cara Noir.
Snap suplex from Haskins. Crowley's back in. Crowley assaulting Haskins now. Crowley trying to be the opportunist, trying to claim the chance when no one's watching him.
Crowley ducking out. I mean, it's smart to be away from danger, but remember, this pinfall could happen at any point.
Not exactly the most courageous tactic, though, is it?
I think Crowley running away is going to. I think that strategy is going to end very soon.
Yeah, he's running out of road, is Charles Crowley, and in fact, Crowley needs to look behind him. Moloney,
It's
Haskins, Mambo, the triple team on Charles Crowley.
It's a bad day to be Charles Crowley right now.
A super kick party, and Charles Crowley was only briefly invited to it.
Chest like hamburger meat, Bradshaw.
But now that alliance can't last because Haskins.
That looked pretty low to me from here.
It probably was, but Haskins, a master at knowing what he can and can't get away with, and now he's trying to damage that left arm of Chuck Mambo. Stumps his foot down on that elbow. Goodness me.
It should stress as well, there are no disqualifications in a fatal four-way match, just pinfall and submission. The only way to win the contest, no count-outs, as we saw with Charles Crowley, who'd spent quite a lot of the first part of the match outside the ring, which is probably where he'd probably prefer to remain based on the treatment he just got.
If you're going to be on the outside of the ring, it's better to be there of your own accord and to pick your moment to get back in there, try and steal the win.
There's another round of Mambo's shoulder being in big trouble now. And if anyone is going to be an absolute master at meticulously picking apart an injured body part, it's going to be Mark Haskins, one of the most gifted technical wrestlers in the world. And Crowley spotted it as well.
Look at the look on Haskins' face. Haskins didn't want any assistance from Charles Crowley. Haskins saying he doesn't want any kind of alliance with Crowley, but he's got one anyway.
Yeah.
Was it an alliance or a game of one-upmanship?
Well, Chuck Mambo is very much the loser of whatever game is being played in the ring at the moment, because that shoulder, which was already damaged in the first round against Cara Noir, further damaged after their attack after their match, is going to be in big trouble here. Mambo really needs to keep an eye on it, get himself into a safe position.
Still no closer to knowing who is going to be the first ever Riot Cabaret World Champion, but Haskins, another slap to the chest of Chuck Mambo. Crowley trying to get back up there.
Mambo fighting for his life here.
He's fighting them both off, and now the
Great stuff.
Missile drop kick from Chuck Mambo. Mambo chopping away at Haskins and Crowley.
One arm Chuck Mambo, managing to fight them both off.
Mambo's going to come back for more again, and the double springboard back elbow. Mambo's got Haskins on his back. Plants Haskins on top of Crowley. It's all Chuck Mambo here. It's Mambo on a course for the world title. He's got 2.5, but he hasn't got 3. What a support for Chuck Mambo as he's got Mark Haskins up on his shoulders here.
Oh, just managed to get out of it. Oh. What a strike from Mark Haskins.
Mambo was looking for that bad burrito, but Haskins able to get out of it, and as you say, taking out Mambo.
Hey, keep an eye on Dan Moloney. Dan Moloney's been having a little moment of rest, just as Mark Haskins and Crowley were double teaming Mambo. Dan Moloney just had a little bit of moment just to catch his breath, and now he's come in with a whole new lease of life. Big suplex to Mark Haskins.
Moloney's got Haskins up. I think Moloney was looking for the driller. Instead, rear naked choke here from Mark Haskins. Haskins is going to try and put Moloney to sleep and win the world title that way. But look.
Here we go, the ultimate opportunist.
Here comes.
Oh! The hang time and the distance on that.
Crowley with the scent on. Now a spinning slam from Charles Crowley. Crowley almost, but Chuck Mambo prevents Crowley from winning the world title. Here comes Mambo off the top, the double knees to Crowley, but Moloney's back. Mambo, top rope, trying to launch himself off it, but Moloney spear! What a spear from Moloney! Moloney's looking for the driller. The driller from Moloney. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Mambo dumped on his head. Mambo, though, has rolled to the outside, and that's going to prevent Moloney from getting a pinfall that surely would have been a 3 count and would have made him the champion.
What's Crowley up to here then?
Crowley with a chair shot. Remember, as you said, Sean, no disqualification in a 4-way.
I mean, Crowley resorting. We know that he's got dastardliness inside him, but that...
I think he's mostly composed of dastardliness, isn't he, Charles Crowley? So that is his primary mode. He brings in the chair to Haskins now.
I mean, the referee, I don't know what else I can really do at this stage. You got an athlete of Crowley's persuasion welding a steel chair, and a Mambo, a one-arm Mambo. Is this a sensible fight again? Is this going to be the way we're going to crown our first Riot Cabaret champ?
It will be if Charles Crowley gets his way. Going to bring down that chair on that already hurt left arm of Chuck Mambo.
I mean,
It's difficult to watch, Sean, at this point.
I think the official needs to do something.
Another chair shot from Charles Crowley. Crowley, where's he going? He's got that chair deposited on top of Chuck Mambo. Crowley headed to the top turnbuckle. There's no one to save Mambo, but Mambo moved out of the way and may have just kept himself in the running for the world title. Oh, throws the chair into the cranium of Crowley. Mambo's got Crowley.
On the chair.
Wanted him on the chair. Where's Mambo going? Moloney's
just trying
to stop him, you're right. There's the frog splash. The frog splash from Mambo. Chuck Mambo is the champion of the world.
Brings it home.
Here is your winner and the first ever Riot Cabaret World Champion, Chuck Mambo!
Speechless, Dave. Mambo, after going through probably one of the matches of the night, one arm assault, managed to battle 3 of the best the country has to offer, and has become our first ever Riot Cabaret Champion. And the Beach Balls are flying. TK Cooper's in the ring. Clapham Grant are on their feet.
TK Cooper, Chuck Mambo's partner in the Sunshine Machine, the most successful tag team in Britain right now. But Chuck Mambo, in singles competition, has proved he can get it done. He is the Riot Cabaret World Champion. What a moment.
And this is Chuck Mambo's pride right here. The Riot Cabaret World Championship about to be presented to Chuck Mambo.
And our ring announcer, James Lawrence, with that World Championship. And look at that belt.
your machine.